They said hush your mouth, keep your head down low, drink your pain, pay your tax, do what you're told. But I was raised where the rainy streets teach you to stand on your own 2 feet. Yeah, from a small town pub to the city lights, I've seen deals in smoke-filled nights. Blue suits talking like they own this land, but they never had mud on their hands. They write the rules from a golden chair while we graft all day just to breathe their air. But there's a fire in this old isle, and I won't let them steal what's mine. I don't bend for the lies they sell. I won't dance to the Westminster Bell. I'll sing truth for this tired old nation. No filter, no hesitation. Raise your voice, feel that liberation. This is the unfiltered nation. Yeah, this is the unfiltered nation. Yeah. We got farms, docks, mills still standing strong. Real folk here who've been right all along. They call us crazy when we say no more, but we carry this country shore to shore. So here's to the ones who won't back down, steel in their spine and are beating downtown. If your heart still beats for this old home soil, then you're my people in this loyal coil. No more masks, no more stage duration, no more bought and paid for stations. If you're done with scripted conversation, step into the unfiltered nation. Take a seat, switch on, feel the elevation. Real talk, real grit, no fabrication. You crossed the line, there's no more waiting. Welcome to the unfiltered nation.
What's going to happen now is the left and all the mainstream medias, they are going to incorrectly call this hate speech. So they want to play that game with me. Okay, good. I'm going to play it because yes, I hate evil. I hate paedophiles. I hate cowards who trade girls for votes. I hate lies disguised as tolerance. I hate the wolves in the suits, and I hate the silence in power. And if you don't hate this too, then you're part of the problem. So this will be a righteous hate. It's what built empires, and it's what defends the innocent. And to those over there watching in Parliament in Westminster, let me remind you this. You knew, and you let it happen anyway. And now the people know too.
They said hush your mouth, keep your head down low, drink your pain, pay your tax, do what you're told. But I was raised where the rainy streets teach you to stand on your own 2 feet. Yeah, from a small town pub to the city lights, I've seen deals in smoke-filled nights. Blue suits talking like they own this land, but they never had mud on their hands. They write the rules from a golden chair while we graft all day just to breathe their air. But there's a fire in this old isle, and I won't let them steal what's mine. I don't bend for the lies they sell. I won't dance to the Westminster Bell. I'll sing truth for this tired old nation. No filter, no hesitation. Raise your voice, feel that liberation. This is the unfiltered nation. Yeah, this is the unfiltered nation. Yeah. We got farms, docks, mills still standing strong. Real folk here who've been right all along. They call us crazy when we say no more, but we carry this country shore to shore. So here's to the ones who won't back down, stealing their spine and are beating downtown. If your heart still beats for this old home soil, then you're my people in this loyal coil. No more masks, no more stage duration, no more bought and paid for stations. If you're done with scripted conversation, step into the unfiltered nation. Take a seat, switch on, feel the elevation. Real talk, real grit, no fabrication. You crossed the line, there's no more waiting. Welcome to the unfiltered nation.
See what's going to happen now is the left and all the mainstream medias, they are going to incorrectly call this hate speech. So they want to play that game with me. Okay, good. I'm going to play it because yes, I hate evil. I hate paedophiles. I hate cowards who trade girls for votes. I hate lies disguised as tolerance. I hate the wolves in the suits, and I hate the silence in power. And if you don't hate this too, you're part of the problem. So this will be a righteous hate. It's what built empires, and it's what defends the innocent. And to those over there watching in Parliament in Westminster, let me remind you this. You knew, and you let it happen anyway. And now the people know too.
Of course they know. They always know. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I just had to run that again because of this comment. Heard today, Andy Burnham. No, not that one. Not that one. Not that one. Oh, right. That he come to Wake Up UK said that Burnham came to Gravesend, and I needed to check on it because I wasn't even sure, to be fair. I was like, is it? But he did say again today, and we're going to speak about this as well, that he is scrapping the digital IDs. Well, we know the true number of people not eligible for digital ID, and that's why he came to Gravesend as well. Let's just get straight into where we're going to be, and it's going to be here. Let me just open this up a little bit. We get straight into it tonight, guys. So here's Andy Burnham, and his first... probably his first official thing as a Prime Minister. He has been in the county just hours after being elected the new Labour Party leader. Now, why is he coming into Gravesend? Has Gravesend got all of these illegals? Well, he's not really got many hotels. He's got one hotel that I'm aware of, and that was for women and children, and that's why it didn't get hit. There's a couple of HMOs that we know for sure that are housing them. But where he's gone today, or yesterday, when was it? When was this? The 17th. So it was yesterday. The Prime Minister in waiting visited Town Pier. Now, if anyone is around Gravesend and they know about Town Pier, they know that's where the clock tower is. They know that's where Pocahontas is. And that's also where they know that all the illegals are. Right, all of the illegals. I'm quite disappointed in some of these background people because they never told me, but they probably would have known what would have happened if we did that. He got a warm welcome from Gravesham MP Dr. Lauren Sullivan before chatting to onlookers. And if you can't hear me anyway, or if my audio is bad, just let me know in the comments. Let's see this one. Digital IDs would be a big wake-up call. Well, they've already tried that, haven't they? They've already said that they're going to do the digital IDs, and the people kind of said no. The people kind of said, no, they are not. And do you know what? I can't even find my other hats today. I've got a nice little hoodie on because it's a bit cold as well. But yeah, we said no. The people have said no. So what do? They roll it back a bit and they go forward. They roll it back a bit and then they go forward. So they're always marching forward. But we feel that we've won a little battle, and then we kind of look somewhere else and then focus on that battle whilst they're still walking the same one through. So with Burnham, in his speech, Mr. Burnham said, "I'm so pleased to be here. I love the South as well as the North." Well, he did want to do number 10 North. He was going into number 10 North. That's his whole thing. He wants to take the power away from the South and he wants to bring it back into Manchester and all these areas. It's quite amazing as well because there is a unitary. I only found out about this yesterday. They're putting all these counties together to make like a super council. So yeah, we know why he's going there. We will think about policies. They need to when we think about policies, they need to work for the areas that most need investments and work for the people in places that feel forgotten about. Now that's the most important bit. So if we go back to the digital IDs, it will be a huge wake up call, as Wake Up UK has said it would be. And this is what he's doing, because if we go to here, all right, down in Southfleet, we are having the biggest AI data center in the South. There's not going to be a bigger one that is specifically that is for AI. It's going to be huge. Southfleet villagers, they've shared their concerns about the proposals to bring in a 3 billion 145 acre AI data center to a village in Kent. Now it is in where is it? Oh, it's got to be in this one. It's got to be in this one. Southfleet would become a village lost. Local residents said that Southfleet would become a village lost with a giant AI data center. Lena, who works at the shipping, very, very good worker there, I must say. I don't think we need this sort of development around here. There's enough data centers already. Well, there isn't enough data centers already. There is not, because they are planning the biggest overhaul of society, and that's going to be AI, right? So whilst the digital IDs, they're marching that back, they're still creating the infrastructure to march it forward. Now, if we look at Asda, if we look at Tesco's, if we look at Sainsbury's, if we look at certain shops, and we'll have a look at it in a bit if you want me to, they already have AI cameras in there for this shop watch or this crime watch, whatever it is. So if you get banned from one area, one shop, they can find out that you are in that shop and they can ban you from there as well. And they can say, well, you're a shoplifter, you're a thief or whatever. We don't want you in here. But the problem is it doesn't not scan everyone. You know, the old speed cameras. The person that's in the back of that speed camera, by law, is not allowed to click the gun on every single person. So if you do get a speeding ticket from them vans, always say you want the last 10 cars, right? You can blank them out. You just want the number. You just want the timestamps of the last 10 times that's been clicked. And if it's been clicked 1 second after another second after another second after another, you can say that, listen, this person didn't know I was speeding. He was just clicking and clicking and clicking and clicking. And that should be enough to get at least an adjudication. At least. But the best thing is about speeding is just don't speed, man. Just don't speed. That's it. Says me, the guy with 6 points. Do you know, I'll tell you something, right? I was going down a hill. Like, where was it? It was in Crawley or somewhere like that. It wasn't Crawley. It was somewhere going towards the beach. Oh, no, it was in Worthing, right? Is it in Worthing? No, because you come off the. Anyway, it was somewhere around there, right? And I was in a HGV and I was full, right? I must have been pushing 40 tons, right? That's a lot. And this hill was going and going and going. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. Who really cares? So I'm going down, 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 down. And then all of a sudden, the lights changed. So I lifted the, I didn't bother braking anymore. I'm just going down, down, down. And then bang, it got me. I was doing 36, I think it was, on a kind of dual carriageway thing that's going into. No, it's not. Where was it? Was it down? I can't even remember. But it was one of them. It was in a villagey area. I got 3 points for that. I got 3 points for that. And I was just like, what? Anyway, that's a cool story. I hope everyone's well in the chat. So yeah, so there's for what they're planning, there is not enough data centers. We're going to be seeing data centers every, and they're going to put it in villages, so it will try and hide it, like the Amazon warehouses. They put the sky pattern, they put the blues on it. So we're going to be seeing it now. Nobody's told me about this until today. They're so angry. The project director, Simon Rothwell, says Ebbsfleet Data Centre campus is an exciting opportunity to create high-skilled local jobs to drive business growth in the Dartford area, whilst supporting UK's goal of harnessing the economic benefits of being an AI leader. £3 billion. So this is why he is Andy Burnham made sure that he's going to go there, because he is going to be bang on the AI. Now, where was it? Let me find it in the map. Pepper Hill. Let's get another map, because I want you to see exactly where it is going to be. Oh, there you go. Look at that. Look at that. Straight away. No messing about. Don't want you there. Gravesend. Let's just go to here. You can come with me as well. So, why is it not let me go forward? So he was here, right at the pier, and we've got a statue of Pocahontas, and you got the clock tower and the Heritage Quarter. So around about here, all like here is it's just the legals, and down here, just so if you want to know, where is it? Somewhere around here, there's a. Can I change it? There's a police training area for riots. If you wanted to know. So, Gravesend Pharmacy. Why am I in Gravesend for? All right, Granby Hotel. That's the hotel with the illegals that are staying in it, but it's women and children. So I wouldn't ask anyone really to go down there. Castle Hill. Here we go. So the whole place is going to be in between Dale Road and this one. So this whole area here has been sold off for a data center. Now, what's interesting is we've got Ebbsfleet Valley, right? This whole place, Castle Hill, and all of this. This is all what I call it's a city, right? You know, the grid city, right? The smart city. This is effectively a smart city. Well, it's not really this bit. It's just kind of that bit, right? It's a smart city. We've got Ebbsfleet International here. Why is that important? Because there's a lot of investment going on. Because down here, in this area here, we've got Universal Studios. So we've got Universal Studios, which is bringing in billions into the area. We've got this anyway, which brings in a lot of money anyway, because the houses are expensive. Then we're going to have here a data center. And then, where's the A2? There's the A2. And then from here, so the Inn on the Lake, from here, all the way, so from here, or maybe here, from, where is it coming off there? So from here, they're going to do a big road that cuts all the way through here, goes across the river and goes directly into Tilbury. And that's going to be the lower crossing. So in this whole area, just here, it has had absolutely billions upon billions upon billions of investment. And that is why Burnham has come here. So thank you, Wake Up UK, for that. But this whole thing wasn't speed cameras and dual carriageways. Why? That it's a dual carriage. It's a two laner. You know them dual carriageways, that's not really a dual carriageway, but it's 40 miles per hour anyway, or you'd assume it is 40 miles per hour. And then it slowly goes down into the residential places. But it's in the middle of the night. It is literally in the middle of the night. Rustic, good to meet you. Up to 1.5 gigawatts of AI optimized computing power, making it one of the largest proposed AI data centers in Europe. Yeah, it is. They don't spend £3 billion in you don't spend in this area, right, if it's not going to be huge. And I just want to show you, right? Absolutely nothing here. Absolutely nothing, right? These are villages. This is a beautiful little village. Betsham's a beautiful village. You've got Isted Rice somewhere around here, a beautiful village. You've got, actually, do you know here, Dean Road, here, somewhere around here, there's a farm. You get good meat from that farm, right? I spent a lot of time around it, around in Gravesend. Lots and lots of time, and Dartford, to be fair. But you wouldn't, mental hospital, and then you wouldn't really put this kind of high caliber stuff in this area because it doesn't attract the people from the area, because no one really cares about data centers, to be honest with you. No one cares about AI or, oh yeah, I'm going to be doing this. But this, I believe this is going to be, see what it's called, Ebbsfleet Valley. That is going to be the new Silicon Valley. That's going to be the UK or Europe's Silicon Valley. I'm telling you on that one. Trusting a relationship, Danny. Maybe I've missed something earlier. If so, what happened? What do you mean trusting relationship? I don't know. Explain. I might have said something that's just like, yeah. I know Taffy. Taffy lives in Wales, and they done 20 mile per hour for the whole of the whole of the country. And when I came into Swansea, I come over the bridge, right? I flew over the bridge, and I was meeting Voice of Wales. So I come booming over the bridge. I had to get there in the morning because I thought they were going to stop me on the ANPR. So I've just bombed it across there. The fog's come down. I've gone through the fog. It's beautiful. I'm going down, and I'm phoning them on the hands-free. And they're like, you do know that it is not 50 mile per hour, whatever you're doing down that fucking road. And I was like, oh God. But nothing come back off of it. 20 miles per hour is like going backwards. They just want you to walk. And remember, you own nothing, and you will be proud of it, or whatever it is. You'll be thankful for it. You'll have end of privatization, the private car hire. This is what Klaus Schwab said. And this is, again, what I'm kind of talking about. Because we all know what's going on. We all know and understand it. But we're like magpies. The right wing is a political wing of magpies. We look shiny things. We look shiny things. That's it. That's all we do, is we look at the most shiniest things as we can. And it's crazy, right? It's absolutely crazy, because we need to keep hold of what we know and make sure it doesn't happen. And we got told quite openly by Klaus Schwab what his plans was. End of private ownership. He didn't want us to have cars. He wanted pay per mile. He wants us to live in a grid system. So we know all this, and then suddenly when he says, you know what, I'm out. I'm not going to be the leader of the World Economic Forum, everyone's cheering. Do you know what? I was like, now he can disappear. Now he is not responsible for having his diary managed. He's a private citizen. So you can't just roll up on him and say, where has he been over the last 3 weeks? You can't do that. So that presents a problem. Like I said the other day, with people being allowed to be on Parliament ground and they are not checked in. No one knows who's there. That is a huge problem. We don't know who's talking to who. We don't know if they're just all colluding in Parliament and this is all a show, I think that we would think it is, but yeah. Traveling at 20 miles per hour, you're more interested in looking at the speed gauge, not the road, or you just zone out. 20 mile per hour, I'd zone out when when I see an e-bike, a Saffron come past me. I'll just zone out, crash into something. As a professional driver, I'm probably quite a terrible driver for doing that. We're all a family here, crazy Englishmen. I'm just going to call you crazy, right? We are a family here. So, you've joined the family as well. You joined the family yesterday. Thank you. Anyone else wants to join up with it? Because there's a lot of work that I'm doing in the background. So any donos will be very much appreciated. And I can't even see it now. And it's to the Buy Me a Coffee. Let's get into the Buy Me a Coffee, and then I can start working off of YouTube as well, because it's bullshit at the moment. It's really giving me an hard time. I'm surprised people are actually listening now, because the notifications just got out. Wales is going to be a first sanctuary country trust. It will be in Wales, and this is what the Voice of Wales said many years ago, back in 2020. This is a nation of sanctuary. They got destroyed for it. BBC Wales come after it. The government come after it. Everyone come after them for it. But they knew what was happening. Dan and Stan could understand exactly what was happening. Lodger, nice to see you, mate. They should be stood outside every school, not carriages. Exactly that. Danny, trust is built through trust, not information. What happened last night? Just explain. I want to know. Last night, this is what I'm saying to you. YouTube's give me an hard time. So I come up on it on here yesterday. I've done it. It was all going mental. It was dropping like I've got here. Let me see if I can get it for you. I've got up here. I've got like a little frame on the OBS. You can see how many frames you got if it's dropping. It's like stats. Let's see. Let's see if I can undock that. Right, that's on that one. So if I go to, let me just make sure something. Inactive frames miss. It's still doing it now. Right, so it's probably fine. So on here, it's not showing it. It's not showing it. So on here, it's got how much CPU I used, the frames per second, and then it's got frames missed due to rendering lag. You got 13 there, skip frames. Then it's got drop frames. So I've not got many drop frames at the moment, because now I'm on a different one. But I was on massive drop frames, and it was stuttering here. So when it stutters here, there's a problem. So I went off. I went to try it again. It wasn't connecting. It's just it's literally just mental. So I was like, you know what? Let's get a new one. So now we've got a new multi-stream that I'm using. Atom multi-stream. Big up the guys over at Atom for finally doing something right. That's it, brother. I imagine these AI centers will be a target for terrorists. It'll be a target for something. Danny, something happened. I prepared to join you last night, but nothing happened on YouTube. I had a whiskey toast to you. Thank you, my brother. It's your birthday yesterday. But that's what I mean. I did a stream and there was 0 people on it, right? So that's normal sometimes. You push it out, it was just doing nothing. Then it started going in this mad stuff, and I'm like, all right, cool, let me try and fix it. Long story short, YouTube does not want, I think anyway, because when I do certain streams and I promote them, there's always a problem. Always. 9 times out of 10, it's always a problem. And it's always with the internet side of it. So I changed the internet off to a different company. I've got a different company now, and it was still happening. So I was like, well, it can't be the internet on my side. Maybe it's a server at YouTube side. And we know now that BBC and the European Union has said that they want these people to have the voice. They want the BBC, they want Sky News, they want ITV, all these to have the voice. They don't want our voices out there. And especially now, right? For me now, it's going to be one of the most hardest 3 years of my life. We've got a very much socialist government. We've got Andy Burnham, who loves the ethnics, right? And I am going to be one of, a few people. It's not going to be thousands and thousands, but it's going to be much more than when I started in 2021 speaking out. And we're going to be speaking out against all of their diversity factors, all of their nonsense stuff. But that will become a target. I will definitely become more and more of a target, and I've noticed that from a long time anyway. People can say, "Dan, nah, it's bullshit" or whatever, but at the end of the day, just do the math. Just do the math. Before I started speaking out with Black White Unite, with speaking out in the marches, and linking up with Tommy, before we did all that, was there a huge ethnic explosion onto even online? I'm not even talking about the United Kingdom marches and all that. Even online, how many black, Muslim, fucking whoever, Chinese people were saying that we are right wing, we are patriotic, we are here for the people of this country, we are here to destroy the government and not care about it. There was very, very few, very, very few. So if you do the math, then you know you can see. Or you're referring to relevant to tonight's stream. It's fine because it's fine. Thank you, Danny, for explaining. Understood. Now that's it done. Right. So the first bit of the stream with Andy Burnham, that's not what I wanted to talk about. Believe you me, it wasn't what I wanted to talk about. I wanted to talk about Anne Whitcomb because that's some wild stuff going on there. But first, because I've realised now that I am on Facebook. Let's do this one first. Let's go and do this because this was posted out earlier on.
Nobody can buy me. Nobody can bully me. Nobody can tell me what to say. You want some evidence of that? Elon Musk. All right, Elon Musk, who was holding out offers potentially of very large sums of money, not for me, but for the party. But he asked me to do a series of things, to say a series of things.
What happened with Elon, by the way? Why did you fall out?
I just want to stop it there because I've been banging on for so many times, okay? And even though I'm using X at the moment, very, very soon I'm coming off of that. I'll be on Instagram and I'll be back on Facebook. Of all places, imagine that. Imagine Danny is wanting to go to Facebook and Instagram, the Meta organization, because he feels he will get a fairer run of the rub of the green than he does on X, that is supposed to be Elon Musk and the power of free speech and all of that type of stuff. I told you that this guy is not our friend, is an associate, and he wants something. And at the time, with Elon Musk and Nigel Farage, I explicitly said there is a deal on the table. Do you want to be the party that takes foreign money? Because at the end of the day, that's what it is. And if Rupert Lowe does it, or Katie Hopkins does it, or Ant Middleton, or Tommy Robinson, or any of these activists, if they take money from Elon Musk, then I generally believe that is dedicated foreign money and he wants something in return. That's it. I'll say it loud and proud because I am not in a think tank. Is it malicious money? Probably not. But I'm the type of person that if I'm talking about something, I need to make sure that I'm kind of doing the best I can to adhere to it. If I'm saying, yeah, let's all get fit, and you see me eat pizza every day, you're gonna be like, Dan, shut the fuck up. What are you talking about? You're one of the most unhealthy eaters out there, and I am. You're one of the most unhealthy eaters out there. So, you know, you got to practice what you preach, brother. And that's it. I don't want any foreign money in our politics. I don't want any foreigner. Doesn't matter if he's a white foreigner, if he's an American foreigner, if it's Trump. I don't care. I don't want these foreign people wanting money in our country because they are going to want to extract wealth somehow. And we're not strong enough as a country to say, well, you ain't having that. Thanks for your money, but we're going. But Nigel Farage seemed to have a bit of a principle here.
Because he wanted me to come out publicly and support Tommy Robinson. And I said, I can't do that. I said, you know, he wanted me to come out and talk about deportations of illegals before we had a plan. Nobody.
Right, so that's that. Let me just I see you, Rustic. I see you. Give me 2 seconds. I will reply to that because We did that yesterday as well, but we can go back through it as well. So that was that, right? And then Lawrence Fox said he should have come out publicly to support Tommy Robinson. And this thing really grates me because Tommy did all the heavy lifting, but Nigel Farage is the king of cancel culture. This really does my head in. We all know that Tommy Robinson, what he did for the grooming scandal, what he's done, dedicated his life to for the last 2 decades at least. We know what he's done. And we know that these people, like Farage and other people, they won't ever accept what Tommy's done. They'll all say he's BNP, he's this, that, and the other, including Rupert Lowe, right? Even though Rupert Lowe says, oh, yeah, I'll speak to him, I'll do this, that, and the other, he wasn't involved in the rape gang inquiry. His works wasn't in the rape gang report. So I do generally believe that it's just lip service. So I've put this, and a lot of people have misinterpreted it. This is the problem with the UK. If you don't support Tommy, you're wrong. If you don't support reform, then you're wrong. If you don't support Restore Britain, then you're wrong. If you don't support Uncle Rupee, then you're wrong. If you don't support Elon, then you're wrong. And the boxes keep growing, and we wonder why there's no unity. We used to want to be free thinkers, and now it's group thinkers. And a lot of people are wild on this, saying, oh, you're saying this about this. But it's true, people. It's absolutely true. You can dislike one thing and like something else. You can dislike Tommy Robinson and like Restore UK. You can hate Nigel Farage and like Tommy Robinson. You can like this thing. We don't have to all be group thinkers. It's crazy. We are regressing in front of our very, very eyes. We are going backwards and backwards and backwards in our very own eyes. And, you know, we will never have a unity if that's the case. We will never have the people coming together in the greatest numbers that needs to be done. If it's, yeah, maybe I should show the power of unity and get these people down in Kent. Maybe I should get them all together and show them out with the power of numbers, because these are just normal people as well. Oh, he's just asking in general. No, so yeah, the Andy Burnham thing. No, what is it? Look. This is what I'm telling you, Rustic. I'm prepared, right? I'm prepared. Let's look at this. This is the thing. Is it true with hope, not hate? Not only is it true with hope, not hate, with Matthew McGregor, right? Not only is it true with Matthew McGregor, we have got Alison Phillips, the former Mirror editor, the Think Labour group leader, and the director of Hope, Not Hate. She sits there in the director box, and I haven't got the tab here from the other day, but we went through it and we saw that she was a director of Hope Not Hate. Oh, actually, I can get it. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. I can get it. If I go to, oh no, I can't because it's Charlie Kirk. I didn't do that. No. So yeah. So she. Oh no, not that one. Oh yeah, it is that one. So yeah, so this guy here as well, James Purnell, who's also a chief of staff. He's a Fabian. Well, he's not a Fabian, but he's done a lot of works for the Fabians, and Graham Cook as well. He's like he's head of policy units now, but he also is a Fabian. So I can't wait till Monday to see how hard left these people are going to go. And it is. And I said to someone earlier on today, I said, listen, with all the things we've Restore Britain and everything, and I know a lot of people, I know a lot of you love them, I know a lot of you want to be there, but with all the faults of Restore Britain, and we can't say that Makerfield, anything would have happened, right? Because there was not enough votes in Makerfield to challenge Burnham, but they were prepared. And this is the point. They were prepared to go toe-to-toe and allow Burnham to win. And that's a bad state of affairs. That is kind of, wow. You know, so we have to be very, very careful on our political persuasions and everything else. We've got to be careful of saying Starmer must go. The best thing the UK could have done was had Starmer. As I said the other night, he's a Trotskyist, and yes, there is loads of them, and they are violent, and they are prepared for action. but they're not in the numbers of these mad socialists. We've got people on the right talking that socialism is one step away from communism, removing Marxism out of the whole equation. And Marxism is where everyone's at. People leave university, they go in there as socialists, they go and become Marxists, and they come out, and then that's when they start promoting these kind of communist stuff. But because Andy Burnham's the chief of staff, the transition director, and the head of political strategy, the head of political strategy, you know, the head of political strategy is from Hope Not Hate. But, and I'll do it now, I'll bring it out. This is an exclusive, a world exclusive. Hope Not Hate has just fucked themselves up because of this. Because of this, right? So, and I want everyone out there to do it. Please do it. Go on to what do they know? I think it is. Go on to there. Do your freedom of information. Don't be scared of a freedom of information. If you don't really know or understand how to structure them, then just do an AI freedom of information. It will take 10 minutes. Just say, this is what I want to know. This is the people that I want to hit. And what should I say? It should come out and say blah, 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 blah. It should do. AI is that. He's more clever than that. He can make all sorts of shit. So why they fucked themselves up? Nick Lowles has always wanted to be part of the government, but has always kept himself on that side of the argument. So nobody can freedom of information them. You can't go to Hope Not Hate and say, I want to do a freedom of information about this, that, and the other. But the director is the transition director, or whatever it is. What is she? Alison Phillips, transition director. Labour transition figure connected to Think Labour reporting. So you can't hit Think Labour. But because she's a transition director, there is a short period of time when we can freedom of information the Parliament and say, with the transition between Burnham and Starmer and Burnham, I want to know everything, every communication that has Hope Not Hate in it. See, these people, they speak freely. They speak freely, and they don't think that we can do it because Penfold thought that he was protected. All of this time, he's protected the charity. How many times has the Charity Commission said, no, we've got nothing on him, we can't charge him, we can't get rid of him. But now we can, because Alison Phillips is the intermediary who is connected to both. So that's the person to target on all freedom of informations. You're welcome. Thank you. Come back here with your information that you got off of them, because I've just put, I think I put 10 in today, even though that's classed as far right. So yeah, it's true. Hope Not Hate are doing it, and yeah, it's crazy. Let me get through some of these chats quickly. Musk is the Antichrist. As a baby, his nanny said she seems lots of supernatural shit on his mum's house. His mum was a Satanist. Yes, and you got to remember what they said about that Antichrist. They said it's not this horned, red, angry person. It's somebody who is very presentable, who can garner attention from the world, a Trump-like person, and somebody who's very charismatic and, you know, charming. That's who it is. So, you know, let's just think about what he's got. So I did a video on it. Musk has X. So he's got all of your information. He's got all of your habits. He effectively knows where you're going. How does he know that? Because he's got Starlink. So Starlink's connected to X, connected to your mobile. All around the world, he can map, track, he can do all sorts of stuff with it. And if you wanted to get into AI, what would you need to do? Oh, he's got XAI. So he's got the AI, he's got the satellites, and then he's got the social media. What else has he got? He's got Neuralink, where people are happily putting these things in their brain so they can have superhuman powers. But how are you going to do that, Dan? You're going to download AI. So these people are going to have a chip that's going to be downloaded AI. You're going to have contact lenses in your eyes. Now, people are going to be like clipping this and saying, Dan's gone crazy. You're going to have contact lenses in your eyes with little screens. You're going to be able to think quicker than any modern computer. You'll be looking, what's that? It's giving it to you. This is what you're going to do. Also, he wants to recolonize Mars, but he's got spaceships, right? He's got rockets and all sorts of shit. So this guy's got everything. Yeah, and the automated cars. The automated cars of Tesla. He's got that. He's shortly going to have electricity as well, believe you me. He's going to have a patriotic power grid. I can guarantee you that. So he's got all of these things. He can control. If he wanted to, he can control everything that you do and everything else. That's another reason why I want to get off X as well. To be honest, yeah, it's toxic. It's this, that, and the other. But I don't feel it's conducive to what I'm doing. Again, Dan, you're talking about this. Just fucking do it. And I do, but I need to have a backup. I need to have places where people can go so we can still communicate. Lodger, hope not hate. Oh, hate not hope. And look who corrupt Starmer and Burnham have appointed. Yeah, exactly that. Burnham's will be exposed soon. Then Burnham will be just as big a joke, imbecilic laughing stock like Starmer. But the problem is with this. The problem is Andy Burnham. Just call me Andy. Just call me Dave, all right? He is, as a politician to the socialists, he's very, very charismatic. He had to be there because the Green Party were taking hand over fist Labour's popularity, Labour's votes, hand over fist. Burnham is the new Tony Blair. Burnham is being coached by the Tony Blair Institute, right? These things here is going to make him, even if he loses the war of the words, he is going to win. Now, Starmer, to try to get an iron fist over people, started saying that you're going to get arrested, you're going to put you in prison. Burnham's going to be the opposite. Burnham's going to say, I champion free speech. I champion this, but you went too far. So you'd be getting arrested. But then there'll be a special thing with the police to say, listen, we're going to ban you for 6 months off the internet or whatever because you went too far. You then need to go and do some little course or something like re-education, right? The Maoist system. He's going to be doing that. He's already come out and said he's not going to do digital ID and he wants to put that money back into the community. These are the things that dumb people will accept. People will be like, oh, I've voted Labour my whole entire life and he's different. He's like Tony Blair. Everyone loved Blair, didn't he? Everyone loved Blair before he started taking people for war. And then what happened when he took people for war? They still loved him. It was only after the Leveson inquiry and all of these things that people started really saying, actually, what's going on? The Snoopers Charter. Everyone was up in arms with the Snoopers Charter, right? I remember my old man talking about it. These bastards are coming in and doing this and doing that. And then I remember my mum saying, well, what you got to worry about? We ain't doing nothing wrong. What do you have to worry about? And he was like, it's not now. It's not what we have to worry about. It's what they want to fix on it. Like, you know what I mean? My man was very much a conspiracy theorist. Now when I look back, very much a conspiracy theorist. Probably where I got mine from. Jared Kushner, think of the evil ones. Exactly that. Supernatural black magic rules for their evil spells and their work. The supernatural black magic rules say that their evil spells work. They must let the targets know what's coming. Yes. Then the spell works better. Or Agenda 2230. That's what everyone's always said. You remember COVID? They said they told us what they were doing, and then they'd wait a little while, then they'd do it. It's the same as the World Economic Forum. You're not going to do this. Do it. Same as they're telling us it's going to be new. There's new things. We had meningitis here, right? There was an outbreak of meningitis. Everyone, we had people, kids, lining up at these vaccination centres, and I was just like, I can't do it again. These people are 18. Oh, we just want to go out and party, and now there's meningitis everywhere. You know, it's kind of like you're young, you feel nothing's going to happen, and you're taking these experimental vaccines. And now they said, no, it's not going to be any experimental vaccines, but there might just be upgraded vaccines. Now, what they've done, they brought out that Pfizer thing from 2 years ago. So they're just fucking liars. Everyone lies to us, man. I'm sick of it. Just point out their fuckeries and contradiction and hypocrisies. Exactly that. Craig, how you doing? Taffy's by. He's got more investments, which allows him to leverage his stocks, so he looks rich on paper. Yeah, I don't think he's got much money. He's a trillionaire. A trillionaire. If I was a trillionaire, I'd make sure the whole world knows I'm a trillionaire. He's quite soft about it. Most of us are weak armchair warriors who sacrifice fuck all. That is true, but in this day and age, and not many people say it, and I think more people need to say it. In this day and age, I'm all right because I can just say, well, chat shit on here. I'll get it out of my system. It's all done, right? But I need armchair warriors, right? I need a whole army of people who have no intention of going out on the street, who have no intention to, who have all of these anonymous accounts, who are just pushing the message, right? That's what we need. We need armchair warriors. That is the 2nd battalion of the fight. Yes, there's people out there speaking up, standing up, going to marches, going and doing speeches and all that. But if that doesn't get out there, then there's no point. It doesn't work. If nobody pushes it out there, nothing ever works. And that's the problem that I face here, to be honest. We need clippers, we need that. That's why I try and get onto the Kick program, because you can get clippers. You can get people that will just take sections of the stream and just push it. So there's no such thing now as an armchair warrior or whatever. There's a keyboard warrior. Those people who just want to, just want to antagonize. But even still, doing that raises an algorithm. It pushes it out somewhere else. And whilst they're all fighting, and that's why I do a lot of fighting online, whilst we're all fighting and arguing, somebody else will pick it up and be like, oh, actually, I don't know who this guy is. That's actually right. It's important. Elon could sort the world out with poverty with one payment. He could do, but he wouldn't. Even if he did, it wouldn't solve the problem, because poverty is needed for child labor. For child labor, it's needed to create a rules-based system. If there was no poverty and we was all living in this type of socialist thing where, we've got robots doing the work and we've got universal basic income and all that kind of stuff, then it probably wouldn't be much better. Wouldn't be much better, to be fair. Danny, they tried to get VPNs banned, but it didn't happen. And of course they can't. How can they ban a VPN? They can ban the companies, right? And what was that one called? VPN raid. There was one company, right? Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, here we go. So this is the thing. It's Mullard, right? It was a little while ago. In April 23, Swedish police executed a search warrant on the offices of Mullvad VPN in Gothenburg, intending to seize the computers containing the customer's data. The authorities left with nothing because Mullvad's strict no-logs policy ensures that user activity, IP addresses, and connection timestamps are not stored. 6 officers, they had a warrant for the European investigation order regarding cybercrime after Mullvad demonstrated that its servers, which use RAM-only boot and policies hold no customer data, the police consulted with the prosecutor and departed without seizing any information or equipment. This event served as a real-world validation of Mullvad's privacy claims, proving not even with a legal warrant, a provider that does not collect data has nothing to hand over. Right, and it's important because Mullvad, when you go onto it, it gives you like a pass key. It gives you like 2 words and some numbers or whatever, right? And that's it. It does not ask any more details. So they can't ban a VPN because they don't know where these VPNs are coming. They can the companies can do it. Companies can say, we've got all of these IP addresses, we're just going to block ban them. But then you just create new IP addresses. And you've got people like Mulvard who are very, very good at it. So when the minister goes on to Breakfast TV in front of Ed Balls, who is actually a Fabian as well, I just found out. So when they go on GMTV in these places and they say, no, we're not going to be doing VPNs, people feel they've won. The people have won. High five. Let's go. Our kids still can't come online under 16. Okay, what about the curfew? Is curfew still up? Yeah, curfew still on. But these dickheads ain't going to know about it because they think that they've won with the VPNs. And this is where we still need to keep going. They can reduce the VPNs. They can reduce it by Apple saying that you need digital ID to be on here. But again, Apple built into it has a VPN. So I don't see how they can do it. But it's another thing for them to point out and say blah blah blah. But it's good because it's important. People like us who have VPNs, we not particularly hiding anything, but not really wanting to be caught. Not really want your IP address and everything going out to all these dark web fucking nutcases. Get another Anne Whitcomb, and we are going to get onto Anne Whitcomb very, very soon, very soon. Sorry, he is no antichrist. Musk is no antichrist. We don't know. What would you say? Would you say that Elon Musk is very lucky? Is just an incredibly hard worker, or is playing the system? Because I'll tell you this, Doge was everywhere. Donald Trump come out and said, we are going to go for Doge. We're going to get Doge. But then a couple of years before that, he was saying the Democrats were good. Just like Joe Rogan. These liberal people. And it seems to me they just play the system as much as they can. When it did, even from PayPal. Was it PayPal he had? I can't remember his first business. He kind of sold it, but used that company as leverage for another thing that he had. So it kind of like he didn't have the money and he didn't own the company, but he was still kind of using it. Is that clever? It probably is. But somebody with that amount of power is dangerous, in my opinion. I think Elon Musk and Tommy are at odds on deportations. Tommy wants deportations, but Elon don't know. See, it'll be not the other way around. It'll be Elon would want a harder. He's a South African, remember that. He'd want a harder deportation policy that I wouldn't say that would Tommy agree with it. I wouldn't say that he wouldn't agree with it, because anyone who knows, and this is the problem. This is the problem with Restore, right? It's calmed down a lot now, magically, right? But before, I'll be getting every single day 10, 15 people, Danny, you're getting deported. Danny, go back to Africa. Do this, do that, blah, blah, blah. And it's kind of like, that's to me, I find that disrespectful, because the amount of work I put in against the anti-white agenda, right, for number one, when nobody else was willing to share the stage, people are telling me, yo, Dan, you can't really say that. You can't really go around with a White Lives Matter t-shirt on. That's gonna cause you problems, bruv. Right? But I still did it anyway, right? So it's disrespectful in that much. But where they could have won and they didn't, they come out hardcore, is to say, listen, if you are an ethnic patriot, you would understand exactly what we're talking about. We're going to talk about deporting all of these people, but you should even understand it. We're not talking about you. And that would be Tommy's position. Tommy would be like, yeah, deport every fucking person. Do you know what I mean? They shouldn't be here to go. In his head saying that he knows that the people who are patriotic, who do have a productive society, they're good in society, he wouldn't even think of them. I'm not even talking about them. I'm talking about the other people. But I think that Elon is a lot harder. I would say I would say it's a lot harder. And if there was any kind of back and forth, it would be like, do you know what? Yeah, that's wild. That's wild. But I don't even think they were at odds with each other anyway. They were in Russia the other day, weren't they? Trump's son-in-law is the Antichrist. It could be Kushner. It could be something doesn't work out with these people. Something doesn't translate across how I would like things to go across. You got to remember Jared Kushner, the Palestinian war. He created the Trump Towers and all of this lot 2 years before the last Palestinian war, whatever that happened. This has been in the market, or this has been in the, what do you call it, in the line? They've been looking about this for a long time, and they just needed a reason to do it. And listen, brother Charlie Kirk, what did he say? He come out on PBD podcast and he questioned something. Then he got told he has to go to the Hamptons. Then he went to the Hamptons, and allegedly Bibi Netanyahu called these people, had a conversation. He said no. If you look at Andrew Colvert said at some point, I had a conversation with Charlie and I was talking about lying and whatever, and he says, we do not lie, we are the truth. And he was like, yeah, but it's just a little lie. Let's just don't worry about it. And he was like, no, we don't lie, right? So we know if people wanted him to lie and do that kind of wild shit, he would never have had it. And then from that period of time, suddenly he's dead. You do the maths, people. I'm not here to mark anyone's homework or to do anyone's maths, but I just want people to do the fucking maths. I don't want people to say, well, actually, I don't think, or actually, Palestine, I don't care about any of these countries, right? But what I don't care worse, what I do care about is these countries are having a bad effect on us. These people of these countries, if it's Iran, if it's Turkey, if it's Qatar, Russia, China, these people from foreign lands are in our country manipulating the people. That's what I care about. So if people are like, oh, you can't say that about Charlie. Tyler Robinson killed Charlie. Well, just do the math. Do the math with Tyler Robinson. He was in the court case. I mean, this is what's crazy. In the court case, they got a doorbell camera of him jumping out of a car. And they said, yeah, this is it. This is his car. It was at this place and da-da. But they missed out. And the woman, she asked him, but wasn't there more people in the car? Oh, yeah. I heard the driver was a bald-headed bloke and there's 3 people in the back. And he just missed out of this evidence. Oh, yeah, we just didn't think it was important. Lance Twiggs, how is he not important? We'll go through Charlie Kirk another day because I'm right into this Charlie Kirk stuff now. I was waiting for that court case, and that court case was like wild. But then we've got Anne Whitcomb, which I am coming at to. What's the time? We've got time. The last initial battle, but yes, they will fight to the bitter end, of course. Band again. I need to change his colour. This orange is no good for me. They can know the last site you was on, but not all those who have been on visiting like the dark web. All right, cool, yeah. All right, so they know the last one you've been on, but they don't know, they can't see your whole history or whatever. Until they make a sign in with passport or driver's license or credit card, which they're starting to do now. I said that about Apple. Apple want a credit card to go onto a betting site. For me to go onto a betting site, I've got to use a credit card. But I'm with Revolut. Big up Revolut. This is not a sales. It's not actually Revolut. Come and sponsor me. Come and sponsor me. I want Revolut, right? To come here. It's here, right? It's a pinned message. Revolut, I want you to come here and buy me a few coffees, right? But anyway, Revolut, right? I definitely do. Fucking hiccups. I want them to do that. And I want a couple of people as well who are putting money into these bullshit fucking things and these bullshit people to put a bit of money into normal activism. That's gone. That's disappeared now. Normal activism disappeared. But Revolut, to get onto it, they can have digital cards. You can get a digital card. And I know it's kind of like, it defeats the point in some ways, but this phone's bricked. without doing it. This phone's Brit, so they forced me into that situation. But the way I'm looking at it is kind of like, well, these people have got a card that they can't. I don't do any transactions on or nothing, but put that virtual card in, and it allowed it to happen. They know who I am. It's on my contract. It's a contract phone, so it's very hard to hide things these days. Very, very hard because you've all connected anyway. But it's good to push back as well, right? So I've got the where is it? I don't even use this. It's a what is it? A 19, 17 Pro Max. I don't even use it. I've got the Graphene OS Pixel 10 phone, I think it is, with a Graphene OS on it, which is now my daily. So yeah, if they need it anyway, it's already on here anyway, so I don't see too much of a problem. But I am slowly changing my habits. But at least I've got a great camera on as well. Must Mum is a Satanist for sure. Trust a man who sheds blood for the causes, of course. Danny, Danny, I don't about Elon where he truly. I don't know where he truly stands on deportation. Those lot are like yo-yos. Exactly that. Exactly that. If folk give their lives to materialism, if their existence, they will agree. Exactly, and that's where we've been. We've been a very, again, my old man. Do you know what? Do not get a loan now. You've got a bank account now. Do not get a loan now. If you want something, save for it, buy it, enjoy it, right? Don't get it on these cards. Don't do all this instant gratification. He said it's not going to do you any good. So what happens when you're like 20, you get your credit cards. Oh, I want to go on holiday. I've got no money. How am I going to do that? Oh, let's get a loan now. Get a loan, have a great holiday, right? Iron Napa, 2021, 21-year-old kid, went Iron Napa, then went to Rhodes and ended up in Ibiza the whole summer, just on a 2-week holiday. Didn't come back till September, end of September. Crazy, absolute crazy, but you could do it because you had a credit card and things were relatively cheap. Everyday banking, Monzo is usually the better choice for travel and international use. Revolut is hard to beat. Oh, right. For everyday banking, Monzo for travel and international use, Revolut is hard to beat. Revolut I use for America. The Revolut card, I always use it in America. I don't know why. It's a fantastic exchange rate. And I did in Ireland as well, and I got a £80 coat or €80 coat for dead cheap. If you have both, if you can have both, many people do. Use Monzo as their main bank account and Revolut for holidays. There we go. It's holiday season. I do recommend people having Revolut, and obviously Rustic, he knows his things. So if he's saying that Monzo's a good one to do, just go and do Monzo. Get Monzo for your daily. We got to get, and these banks are gone anyway. Why are we worrying about Halifax and HSBC and trying to hold on to your thing? My Santander is going to close down very, very soon. Again, they want to know your customer. We just want to get your ID and get this. Hang on a minute, I've had this 15 years. Why now all of a sudden? Well, if you've got until, I think it's the 27th of July, or just debank you. So be it then. If that's the case, so be it. Rustic, you got one or use both. That's funny. That's a good one. That was a genuine laugh as well. Right, let's get on to Anne Whitcomb. What were you all coming for? Is the last bit of it. Look at this. HGB News. HJB. Look. This is terrible. This is London. This is Oxford Street. Look at the Marks and Spencer's building. Look here. This is like Skid Row. Look. Usual suspects, obviously. It's crazy. Absolute crazy. Is it Oxford Street? Yeah, Oxford Street, see? So that's that one. What's this one? Oh, here we go. Right, here we go. Look. Breaking news, Andy Burnham has announced that he will scrap digital ID when he becomes Prime Minister on Monday. Everyone's clapping. Burnham will redirect the resources to a scheme towards people's everyday priorities, but digital driving licenses will still go ahead. A spokesperson for Burnham said, one of the few things this government will do is put focus where people need it right now, creating a breathing space and delivering change they can feel with their everyday lives. You know what he's going to do? Mark my words. Should we keep it? I got a feeling he's not open borders anyway, as much as people say. I've got a feeling he will cut down digital ID. He will try to put money into everyone's pocket. They're talking about the raid on the £38 billion. I think he will try somehow to put money in everyone, maybe a stimulus payment, right? Let's just give everyone a stimulus. Was it a stimulus payment again in America? Right, let's give everyone that. And then I think he's going to say, do you know what? Let's fucking empty out the camps, the hotels, and let's send them back. And if he did that, it'd be great for everyone. You'll see exactly what people are about. It will nullify a lot of the political conversation. A lot of people will be restored, be finished. What would their point be? Reform, you'd be voting for them if you only want a different government. And I think that could be a great change for him because people will accept it. This country isn't a right-wing country. We're not Europe. We're not we were the country that conquered. We weren't really a country of revolution, of, we have had the Civil War, and the internal fighting with the crown and the monarchy and the parliament. But then once it kind of settled, we kind of then looked outwards and we started to conquer and we started to build wealth in that way. So I can't remember where it was going now. Totally lost myself. Just gone. This happens when I talk, when I think about the empire, the greatest empire. It was better than the Roman Empire, right? And the way that we disrespected ourselves in this country by just throwing it away. Threw it away. No power. Our power seemed to go. Yes, we're not a right-wing country. We're not a right-wing country. This is very much a centralist. I'd say it's a centre to centre-right country, right? That's the majority. You only get onto the fringes when you're not being listened to, and you've got to start shouting and do all sorts of stuff. Until then, I think it is very much because if you look over the history since the 60s, right, you only really having the BNP did nothing, the National Front did nothing, For Britain did nothing. And these are going to be like a harder style politics. They've all done nothing, and people have favoured a Conservative or they favoured a Labour. So if Burnham come out and said, listen, I hear you, we're going to send them all back, and actually does it, because there's no one to challenge him. Starmer were challenged by the socialists, by the trade unionists, by all of these people who come out, the Hope Not Hates, the Stand Up to Racism people, because they felt that he was too right-wing to be a Labour socialist, right? You work the math out, you do it out. But Burnham's not. Burnham, like Rayner, which I think Rayner's going to have a big role in this I want to say administration, in this regime. She's going to have a big role because she's a link to the trade unions. Anyway, there's no one going to be out there protesting. They're going to just let these millions of people go. They will let them go. He'll say, listen, I've got 20 million quid. We're going to make sure that everyone's got a bit of money in their pocket, and then they'll never come back. I think that, honestly, I think that might change things. Not for the better, but people are like magpies. All week, MI5 have been wiping internet comments in the Anne murder case. Yes, we're going to go to it. Anne Whitcomb was based as hell. Anne Whitcomb is. She was a Maidstone MP for 23 years. I think maybe longer than that. My whole life of knowing Maidstone and the older people and everyone's got such a warm story about her. She was a great she was a great constituency MP. She was like Sir David Amos, very, very much a great for the people MP. That's probably why she opened the door to someone she doesn't know. Oh, it might be somebody who wants my help. I've never knew until some streamer read out what she stood for. She was a true conservative. And that's the thing. People get the wrong ideas. Look at Nigel Farage. Do you really think Nigel Farage becomes so popular if he didn't go in the jungle? People don't know. They just know what people tell them. Look at Tommy. Tommy's a racist. Well, actually, where? Plenty of that going on these days. The English, unlike the Spanish and Portuguese, don't hoard their wealth. They're spent on projects at home and abroad. Yeah, exactly. And that's how we expanded. Yes, people say, oh, yeah, but you took all the mines and you took all of this and whatever. We conquered the country. We can take its wealth. If they didn't want us to take the wealth, then they should have fought a little bit harder. That's my honest opinion. We didn't go and massacre the people. Certain times we did. But we didn't just go to these places to massacre everyone and to recolonize it. We went there to recolonize it, but to be able to build things. Oliver Cromwell's grave was dug up and he was beheaded by the order of Parliament 4 years after he died. The establishment hated him. Exactly. We need an Oliver Cromwell, don't we? Just a quick note to all in chat. Several comments have been coming up as flagged. Not sure what you have typed or said. Nothing on the banned words list this end. People, this is what I'm saying, right? YouTube doesn't want us to have this conversation. YouTube doesn't want me to be on here anyway, right? So yeah, just be mindful of what you're saying. It's not me that's bringing it out there. It's not me. Rustic can see. It's not the ban list or anything like that. So, it's probably banned again. That's his name. He's always banned. He's always banned. One or two have been, but I haven't hit any. Up the British. That will probably get banned, actually. Do you know? That'll get flagged up. Right, let's do this. Anne Whitcomb. I can't even find it now. Let's look at the timeline. It's important. The timeline is she was found dead in her home in Haytor, Devon on Thursday the 9th of July at about 11:40 a.m. after sustaining serious injuries. Now, I have done that stream on Anne Whitcomb. I'm not going to go over it all, but these things are important because we're going to go and look at someone on X who is doing an excellent job. I've just found her today, a little bit wild, nationalist, and has an opinion. But again, you can like some things and other things you can dislike. But it's very good what she did. All right, so the key events in his investigation timeline are Anne Whitcomb. Should we go up to there? Should we go to Rotherham? Need to do it on a Sunday night. Get there on a Monday and travel down the same time. Let me work on that. Whitcomb appeared on Talk TV at 8:05 a.m. Sorry. Fucking tired now. Sorry, people. And sent a last message to Channel 5 producer at 12:19 p.m. She failed to join a scheduled Zoom interview at 1 o'clock. Her body was discovered by the ambulance service. Her body was discovered by the ambulance service. This is AI. Remember when AI generated answers, right? So remember that they are now creating a new timeline, because wasn't she found by the gardener or a friend? She was discovered by an ambulance service. Initially, on the morning of the 10th, initially about details of suspicious circumstances. That's true. Devon and Cornwall police launched a murder investigation. The 26-year-old was arrested in Newton Abbot, but released on Saturday. Then they released this guy the 11th. So 11th, 12, 21, nearly 10 days ago, in Rotherham, South Yorkshire. Now, let's just go through this first. On the 13th, Monday the 13th, counter-terrorism took over the investigation. The suspect was rearrested on suspicion of terrorism offences. And then Tuesday the 14th, police described the killing as a targeted attack and confirmed they're working to establish a motive, while separate individual Heather Herbert was charged in Scotland over a social media post with it. Heather Herbert? Do you mean Henry? Right. So, what was I going to say? So, yeah, so we know that what happened. That's kind of like the rough timeline. But how many times does counter-terrorism keep in their custody for the full 14 days? Because you won't get charged until the 14th day, or maybe on Monday. That's probably is going to be the 14th day, to be fair. 21. Yeah, next week. How many times to counter-terrorism police keep someone for so long? How many times? We are not hearing anything from the neighbours anymore. Have they been signed an NDA? Have they been paid off? Have they been threatened? We don't know. There's no one outside from Rotherham, the patriotic people. No one I've seen that's outside or doing any of these things. So that there is a bit of a problem. Because if he was like a white nationalist, that's what they called him, wasn't it? A white nationalist with these terms, then it's a bit of a problem. Because I am live on X. I wasn't before.
England.
Is it?
Easy peasy man to feel about playing England in the semi-final.
Sorry. It does become a problem because the narrative they're trying to frame is white nationalism. All right. Then they're saying, well, actually, they've got some communist books, Marxist books, or whatever in there. So now we're going to try and say maybe he's a Russian propagandist. And then they put out this paper. They put out this picture of the guy. Now, he looks like neither of them. He just looks like an NGO person who say refugees are welcome here. He looks like Hope Not Hate. He looks like Stand Up to Racism. He looks like just, yeah. Doesn't look like a cold-hearted killer. I'm not saying that he isn't a cold-hearted killer. Just doesn't look like one. So, if you want to go on to Sophie Meaden, right, this is the one. She's a nationalist, she's a law student, an independent political commentator. I've never heard of her before today. She wrote a comment on my thing, and I looked at it, and I was like, okay, cool. Going out, catching the nonces, putting his thing out. You can see that. We deserve better psyopsis. We do, actually, to be fair. So, people, you don't have to agree with this. You don't have to agree with everything. But what I don't want you to do is to disagree on her based on views you don't align with. All right, so what's this one? Stochastic terrorism. The right wing immediately screamed, right, look at this. So Whitcomb, prime suspect, is 28-year-old loner who looks like every lefty Redditor, right? Trans activist posts, good news, hope, she screamed in agony and handcuffed to the bed. That's that Helen Heather, whatever her name was. The police arrest her with lots of publicity. Right wing immediately screams that stochastic terrorism and said something must be done. So we're all saying, oh, it's stochastic. I think it's like a random. I think stochastic's random. Yeah, I'm going with that. So they're saying, oh, something needs to be done. Q calls for new laws to be dealt with by the left. Andy Burnham comes in. We hear you. We hear you. This needs to be done. We're going to put in new online harms bills. We're going to put little bits in there to protect posts online and people from doing this online. And it's got nothing to do with Anne Whitcomb, but all to do about shutting us down. But anyway, so this is the post in question that I wanted to go through with everyone. I don't know how much you can see of that because can you see the whole chart though? It's really big here. I can't go any bigger than this. It's like 300%. So I compiled a chart with the most likely route. Again, Sophie Meaden, please just go and do it. Sign up. We need everyone in this case because I believe this is going to be a case that's going to go on and on and on. So I compiled a chart with the most likely route that the alleged murderer suspect of Anne Whitcomb would have taken to get to her house. These are the estimations from Grok in the delays that could have been experienced on the trip based on the reported traffic updates. So look at this. So the estimated time of arrival is around 1:30 to 2:30 at Haytor. The Devon stretch, if you go Devon A38, A38-2, B33782, the final stretch, there was, do you know what? It's going to be easier to go from this one. It'll be easier to go from this, and then we'll go back to that one. So, no, let's do it this way. Sorry, we'll do it this way. Spent a lot of time on this, so we're going to use the chart. So, basically, the added delays, the ones in orange are the added delays, right? So, M5 South, Midlands to Devon, there was key delays here. So, a 75-minute delay there, which meant it was 195 minutes. If they took the M1 South, M42, 2 hours normal, it would have put an extra 30-minute delay on it. Rotherham started at this time. So total normal, 285 miles minimum, 4 hours and 25. They left at 7:51. Her phone went off, or that she stopped doing the messages at 5:30. So from there, 4 hours 25. I'm no good on. I'm getting tired now. 10 to 9, 10, 11, 12, 12. So normal 4 hours 25 minutes. That is perfect to put him there. But on this day, these are the delays. So total with delays, 6 hour and 50 minutes. Estimated time of arrival would have been an hour later. So no matter what one they took, it was never a normal one. The minimum you got was a 65-minute delay for the final bit. So no matter how fast you got there, you're always going to have this delay. So the times don't match up. Now, I said, this is really, I'm going to have to pull this out. This is really fucking, it's 400%. I can't just do that. Right. So I put on here, what did I put? Did I put instance and sources? No, it must have been another post. So here on that day, there was normal peak congestion and lane management issues. The M5, there was a vehicle fire and they stopped the southbound traffic. This was a knock-on the Royal Roads from these things happening here. Police led incident with a closure. Early hours of the night reports around that affected time. Expect delays, right? So he couldn't have got there in 4 hours and 25 minutes, even if he did drive the car that he never drove and he did do mad stuff that he didn't do. So automatically now, things are not matching up. Now, why are the police not coming out and saying anything in relation to it? It's absolutely crazy. That's Plymouth. 7:51 is the photo that was captured of him on a doorbell camera when he was still in his driveway. I don't know the agenda's, I don't know the offender's address, by the way. For all I know, this route may have been addressed nearer to, yeah. She doesn't know where the house was. It could have been one nearer to the house. But I've said this. Also, remember that the camera is Wi-Fi. So the time has to be correct as per the Wi-Fi time. Anything that goes online, it automatically gets updated. So it's impossible for you, if you're not on a VPN, to have a wrong time on there. And I also think Nextdoors, and I think it's Nextdoors, so they have no reason to lie. But I feel the time will become important. Yes, the timestamp will be correct given it's the neighbour's camera and being it Wi-Fi enacted. So this is more slop that they are trying to give us. They are trying to tell us, actually, someone can get there for 4 hours, 25 minutes, when in fact, you can't. Let me just try and, let me try and speak to this person and see if we can put a little imprint on it, and we'll start putting this out on social media. But listen, I'm gonna share it now. So if you want this to look at it yourself, just go onto my X account, Danny Unfiltered. You'll be able to see it there. So this is all the delays. So M1 South, Yorkshire to Midlands, there was lane closures, and that was between 7:51 and 10 o'clock, and that would have added 30 minutes on. See all of this. It's very good information to have. Very good. I like it when people do this, because this is what I'm starting to do. These investigative social media posts, let's just say, it's what's going to win the war. It really is, because people can't stop you when we're all doing it. What else is on there? So that's that bit. Oh, this is so big. Right, so I can't deal with it. You're going to hear me. So this is the guy. So we've already spoken about the guy. But look at this before I come on air. Again, I think it's important. Look at this. Now you can't really see that. So we will go mega in. You go too far in, it starts going backwards. Wait. I'm not going to deal with all that. But this guy as well, he's on my X, so just go and have a look here. Look at the dead ringer for this. This guy was Alexandra Leslie King of Western Bay. He does look like a dead ringer. He really does look like a dead ringer. But, oh, that's probably bigger there, isn't it? But, no. Absolutely. So, essentially, we don't know what's going on, but we're starting to get a timeline. And it's important. I know it's a bit of a joke thing that Anne would have liked, because she liked people just talking. It does show something important, that this picture, I forgot to say, oh, I fucking hate Argentina. The Argy Bargies, eh? Oh, I bet you're not allowed to say that, are you? I bet you're not allowed to say that. This guy here, this picture. Do you know why I know this is slop? Right? Because this picture was taken in 2022. 2022, this picture was taken. So why the hell are they using it today? Why are they using it as this is what the picture is? You remember Southport? I do. What did they do on Southport? They showed him as Doctor Who. A nice, innocent Welsh boy, I think. Cardiff boy. Here we go. This pic was in 2022. No pic in 4 years. It's very, very strange there is no picture in 4 years. Do you know what else is strange? That the Southport person had the Doctor Who pictures to make him look innocent and not that wild person. Remember the 5 bodies in Brighton? We did it. I've got the whole links here. I've got a whole project on Brighton. How many people in 6 weeks? There's 5 people who, or more than actually. I think it was 7 people. 5 incidences that happened. 3 girls who died. Then there was a boy that had washed up. Then there was a couple of other people. Right? Nothing since. Nothing. I've not heard nothing else. But them girls. There's no pictures. There's no social media. There's no work friends. There's nothing. Nada. And the only picture that we do know. The only picture that we do know is this one. The only picture that we have got of them is this one. Makes it look like it's Destiny's Child. This is AI. The whole lot is AI. There's no picture of them like this altogether. There's no work colleagues. There's no nothing. No one's talking about it. Right? So when these things happen, it doesn't add up. It doesn't add up. There's no more people that have been found in Brighton Waters dead. We've got a post-mortem in November time. None of it makes sense. And that is why we've got to keep searching. MI5 stuff probably, yeah, MI5. You said that before, didn't you? MI5's been doing your stuff. Your comment at 11:53 was at banned again. And was she? No way. All right, let me do a screenshot of that. No way. That is interesting. I've been to Rotherham once. It was the steepest streets in England, like Mountain Skyman. Yeah, I didn't go to Rotherham. I went to Telford. That's the furthest I've been is Telford, and that was quite very steep. Actually, I went to Wigan. I've been to Wigan. Deleting comment. The car was supposed to have weeds growing out of it. He never used it. And then all of a sudden he used it to do this journey. We've got no flock cameras, we've got no petrol stations, or he didn't do the petrol station. And I know I go to places quite often, let's just say. I go to places quite often, and it's 4 or 5 hours away. So when you're driving, you've got to stop. There's no way that I would drive from here to Manchester without stopping once. Just because it's boring. Something to do. Just have a quick pit stop. Check your messages. Check your phone. Just do something other than just driving on that motorway. Now, whether or not he was crazed or anything else is a different situation. But let me just quickly. I'm going to do a stream on this once I've sorted most of it out. Can you see that now? Whew. So what was that one? Burnham. Here we go. Here we go. Excuse me. Wait there 1 second. Right. See, the way I set this up, it's just it confuses me. Right. So what I need to do is get myself out of this. Oh, get out of it, man. What's wrong with you? What is this on? So let me do this. And I'll copy that and I'll go into Brave. You know, all of this, you're just going to be like, oh, Dan, it's not even worth it. Here we go. This is what I'm going to be doing a streamy bit on. But it is relevant as well because all of these mad stuff that's happening. Now, they're going to say that he was crazed. They're going to say that he wasn't in control of himself. It was out of the ordinary. We know that his uncle or someone like that who hasn't spoken to him for a good 10 years said, no, he was such a quiet boy. He was such like this, right? And then we know about Wayne Broadhurst and what happened with Dawa Salafi. We know that he has got a manslaughter charge. He pled guilty to manslaughter. And I think that the government's going to start using this diminished responsibility as getting away with the stats, all right? Now, this here is about the Wayne Broadhurst thing. The Wayne Broadhurst murder, but it's not on the murder, it's on the diminished responsibility. That's the thing. So, why didn't a jury decide? I'm not going to go through it all because I'm going to do a stream on it anyway. Why didn't the jury decide it? No jury rejected murder. No jury accepted diminished responsibility. The prosecutors accepted the plea. Now, we would want this to go to the jury. The attack happened, the arrest happened, the psychiatric reports, guilty plea, CPS accepts it. And this is what I've called in the metaphor as the murder room, right? So you got 4 rooms and you've got to unlock each room before you can hit the manslaughter bit. And the 4 rooms are: what is the mind fundamentally different? Are there recognized medical conditions? Was the impairment truly substantial? And did it actually explain the killing? If that happened, if they could get all 4 of them unlocked, then it comes to manslaughter, right? That's the murder room sequence. Then I go into it and I go into a lot more details. But the thing is this is what I really want to get to. Manslaughter in this case isn't a, it seems like it's a, it seems like it's, oh, do you know what? It's terrible. Absolutely terrible that he's not getting away with murder. But the problem is with our legal system is if he was tried for murder today and he was found guilty of murder, the defense would just go to the appeals and say he wasn't in his faculties. They would then say, yeah, okay, cool. They could either let him go, they could either retry him, give him a lesser sentence, all sorts of stuff. So when the prosecutor, the defense gives all the information, and it's from the defense, okay? So we know how much of the lefty lawyers there are. It's not from the prosecution, it's not from the judge, it's from the defense. The defense say, here's the 4 doors, I've unlocked them all, give it to the CPS. The CPS look at it and say, that's a fair bit. We can't really do much with this. We have to allow the manslaughter. So then it'll go to the judge and say, you need to direct the people for a manslaughter charge. But it's not a lesser charge because the judge will say, all right, cool, it's manslaughter, but I'm still going to give you 25 years. I'm giving you 25 years in a psychiatric hospital where you just made it up. Or I'm going to give you, 25 years and then parole. So it's not a lesser sentence. It's just a way that we can not appeal it. But it seems like it's less. And that's our problem. That is literally, and the diminished responsibility, That only came out because of hanging. So if you wasn't criminally insane and you wasn't innocent, they wanted a little stopgap where you wouldn't get hung for murder. So that's where the diminished responsibility came in. And we still got it now. And it's kind of like, it's not working. But I do think they're going to start using more and more of this to make sure that murder is not the top crime of this country. Manslaughter, maybe. But at least it's not murder. At least it's not. Is it the illegals? Well, no. No. The illegals don't murder, but do they manslaughter? Yeah, they're quite manslaughtery. Have they all got mental health issues? Yeah, they really have. And it's from the defence. So imagine that defence now. He's going to go to all the other people and say, do you know someone that can get a diminished responsibility charge? Yeah, this guy. He got it off of this illegal. Wayne Broadhurst. Killed him for no reason. Attempted to kill the landlord. Attempted to kill a 13-year-old boy. And they give it to him. Yeah. Phone him up. Can we do business? This lawyer is going to be making money out of murder. It's not going to be the state. It's not going to be the judge. It's not going to be the CPS or anything like that. And even if it got to the jury can still say diminished responsibility. They can still say no. They did it with the Yorkshire Ripper. He said, I'm mental. They got all the information to say they're mental. And the jury was like, nah, no chance. No chance you're not getting away with his murder. But in this day and age, if that happened, I think that a lot of these woke establishment types would probably give him a much lesser sentence. So it needed to happen. It doesn't sound right to look at it, but that's the truth. But I'm going to do a whole stream on that so you can get to know the laws, because if we can't understand the laws, how the hell can we tell people to be in a position of power and tell them this is what we need to do? We need to get rid of diminished responsibility. Oh yeah, but it's for crimes of the passion, in the heat of passion. No, it's not. It's literally not. It's it's not needed because we don't have a death penalty. It was brought in because of the death penalty. We in 1957 got rid of the death penalty. It's not needed. It's an irrelevant law that people are just using as a loophole. But that's it. That's it. We have a Zoom. Are we still on? Or not? Who knows? I'm cutting off anyway. Now it's 12:30. But yeah, really, that whole stream, it went different. And remember I say, our streams are different. We started wanting to be, so I started that about you making the figures look, oh, yeah. Yeah, I need to get a Zoom. Like, I've got just the whole page Zoom, but I do have actually, do I still have it on here? I did have on OBS a doc. Wait there for 1 second. Wait there. Plugin manager. No, I used to have a Zoom, and it would just zoom in a little bit. I could just zoom in that little bit, and then you could see it. Thanks for the live tonight, Danny. Take care, everyone. Until next time. Yes. So I started this just to talk about Anne Widdecombe, right? And I got Wake Up UK in there, was talking about Burnham. So I did another intro, and I had a look. So I was like, hang on a minute, this doesn't make sense. We are going to be the new Silicon Valley down in Dartford and Gravesend and that. And we started talking about that, then we other things, and then we finish on what we should have started on. But that is the beauty of this stream. But I do need you to work with me. I do need you to help me very, very much. And it's not even about, being part of the coffee club. It's about just sending these out, just sharing it wherever it is. Share it offline. Share it in your WhatsApp chats or anything like that. Clip it. Do what you like with it. If you want to review it or review bits of it, whatever. And it needs everyone to help get the message out, because like what we've seen tonight on here, we've got messages that are totally honest, not honest, but they're not worthy of YouTube banning. But they're getting banned. We're getting, you know, no reach that will go out there. I've got. Let's have a look. Look at my community page. Yeah, I'm on to the people in America. America loves these streams. So the people in America, I've got them on there. That I've got average viewers on here. Let's see if I can get it up. Let's see if we can get the Getter up here. So on Getter, I have got on to the people in America. People in America, I've got them on there. You can hear me. You can hear me. So you know it's there. We're live. I can't get analytics now. It doesn't actually say. It doesn't actually say. Let's have a quick look through it. Is that on? No, it's on a different one. But I can do it this. No, because I need to do. No, right. I can't get it up. But look at my community page. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you the other ones. I think I'm on Facebook as well. Am I on Facebook? Am I streaming? Let's leave this live event. Does mention me in the comments. These people. Why are people trolling for? Africa has finished 4-4. Oh, because there's lots of people in there. Oh my God. Look at this. My contact's coming out. Everything's coming out. Look at this. Andy Burnham. Right. There is in this picture 3 people. I'm not going to call you out yet. There's 3 people who should have told me. Nabusha Khan MP. Oh, they knew each other back in the day. So this is these 2. And now these 2. This is why these need investigations. We need to investigate these. Bastards. Absolute bastards. Absolute bastards, a lot of these. Right. What's this? Sky News pause after concerning Anne Whitaker's death update sparks fears. When was this? 7th of July? No, it was days ago. GB News. Christian couple have daughters seized by state and are branded religious extremists for going to church. At least I can't deal with this. I can't deal with slop. Honestly. Do you reckon this is slop? Swedish news. That's terrible. Sweden is bad. I know good for you people in Sweden. And they are all saying it's terrible. So yeah, I'm not live on Facebook anyway, but I will be. I will be starting to go live on Facebook. Oh, the dog shit on the pavement, man. Dartford reform. I'm gonna start going about reform. I think reform are going to be the ones that we have to really maybe put our Lent vote behind. But yeah, people. Anyway, so what? Just share it out. Share it on your Facebook. Share it on this. Even just share out the link and say, listen. We're speaking the truth here. We're speaking the truth here, and we need as many people to continue to do that. But every single one of you, please look up the connection with David. I will. I'm going to do that tonight. I'm going to do it as soon as I get off here. Before I go sleep, I'm going to have a look at that because I helped Katie, isn't it? Katie, is it Katie? Katie Amos. she was doing this petition and it wasn't getting out, and I was kept banging it, and I was like, do you know what? Yeah, if there's any help you can do, I'll give it to you. And yeah, she was gracious. She was gracious to say, yeah, thanks, blah, 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 X, Y, and Z. And this is when it could have been, oh, no, these people are connected to Tommy Robinson and blah, blah. It's gracious enough to say, look, it needs to get out there. So, I did what I could. You're correct. Anne was the godmother to one of his children. That's absolutely crazy. So then that means people. Should we do a bit of investigations? Let's do live investigations. I like this. We're going to be on for another 10 minutes. What's this? I need Brave. Brave browser. Good. We're here. Pepper Hill. Right. Let's do this because I'm thinking one thing here. What was his names? Right, so his killer was Ali Harbi Ali. So his killer was Ali Harbi Ali, Somali descent and an Islamic State sympathizer. His support of airstrikes in Syria. Right, that's what the thing was. He was arrested at the scene of the murder and preparing acts of terrorism, sentenced to life imprisonment with a whole life order in 2022. So, do you think it could be good to not good, but it'd be wise to think about that this guy, who looks like would be the kind of guy who would have done something with this guy, and these, I don't know how to say it, to be fair, but they're all connected against things like Syria, like the Palestine movement, like the PSC and all of these. And actually, he is a handler as such, a handler for these people who commit murder. They were Salafi. The person who did Rhiannon White, all these people had an ideology. So I think maybe that is well worth to go down and look into it, because it is a random attack unless it's not random. And if it was David Amos, and then they're like, well, Anne Whitcomb is the grandmother, is the godmother. Let's do it because it worked the last time. I don't know. That's when I think out loud. It goes in a really good direction, and I'm trying to think about the reality. It's good to have a conspiracy, to think outside the box, and then to see what the reality is and see if it goes in. But I think there might be something in there. I'm just not thinking about it the right way. But we'll find out and see. Thank you, Rustic. Take care, my friend. Wake Up UK, 30 independent candidates standing in my hometown of Clacton-on-Sea against Farage. So what do you think about it? Community, that's a lot of £10,000. But it's 500 quid, isn't it? Is it 10,000 or is it 500? Or is it deposits? That is a lot, and it's just people trying to get their name out there. And I don't mind people doing it, to be fair. I don't mind the fact that they're trying to do it. But again, it's against Farage. And I'm a staunch fighter against Farage. Zia Yusuf and most of Reform actually have me banned. There was a memorandum going about not to engage with me. But who knows? I think there might be the people that we have to lend a vote to, because who else is it? Who else is it going to be? Oh, this is the thing: is the risk worth it of Zia Yusuf becoming the prime minister by default, by proxy, by whatever, after something happening to Nigel? Nigel having, bad health, or having a lot of terrorist attacks, or whatever, stands down. Is that worth it, of the risk of him taking that into a fully Islamic type of party, rather than saying maybe we can go conservative or let Labour win again? I think the risk is, I think it's worth the risk, to be fair, because the alternatives, I think, is so much worse. So much worse. But anyway, people, this was spotted on Facebook regarding the suspect of Anne Whitaker murder. What was it? Josh Kerry has done to Anne to get revenge due to Anne's brother or priest nephew molested him in his younger days. This is why they're not telling the people the right answers. The corruption. I don't know. Would someone do that, though? Would someone do that? After all this time, just think one day, right, I'm going to deal with it. I don't think that would happen. Sorry, I don't think it would happen. But I don't know. Anyway, people, thank you. Thank you for spending your time. I hope we learned something today. I hope you took a bit of value from it. But I am doing a lot of investigations. Please, if you can, send a dono to the buy a coffee, join the coffee club. It's £5 a month. It's going to be much better value than on here. And I owe Crazy Englishman I don't know how I'm going to do it. I might just use it when it comes through on that one as well, on the coffee club. I might use that and then use the Patreon so we can do private streams and all sorts of stuff. But leave that with me. Wait there. Before I go, we've got some breaking news. I like Charlie Simpson, but sometimes his news is bullshit. Nigel Farage says Anne Whitaker's murder suspect Joshua Kerry is a hard left activist who expressed hatred of him many times. I have it on good authority that the murder suspect was a hard left activist. He attended various marches and hated everyone with an opposing view. He had expressed his hatred of me more than once, and he was an intolerant individual obsessed with Soviet communism. Again, these are very old pictures. This screams Tyler Robinson all over again. Does he look like a soap? Yeah, maybe. He looks very noncy, to be fair. He looks very noncy. And what's his beard about? Could he have converted to the religion that everyone converts to? Lawrence is now standing in Clacton. Yeah, Lawrence is always going to stand in Clacton. He loves that type of stuff. Sophia, Wake Up UK, oi oi, everyone. Look, good night. Yeah, I don't know what look was about, but yes, people. Anyway, that is it. Sophia, please go back to the beginning and scroll through really fast. There's little bits and good little bits to do with that, so it'll be great. Anyway, yeah, I'm gone. Thank you for joining me. Share it, make some comments. Go into it afterwards as well and drop a comment. Just drop like a Christ is King or something, CIS, a CIK or something like that, just so the algorithm might bounce it again. But until the next time, which I can't do any scheduled streams, I can't. This is the maddest thing. I can't do a scheduled stream. I might be able to on this one on Atom, but I can't generally normally, because when it does a scheduled screen and I go live, it just creates a brand new one and people are waiting on the other one. So yeah, I've just got to go live. I've just got to click the button and go live. So 10:30 on most days is when we're going to do it. But I am going to stick to that schedule of Sunday. Oh, that's tomorrow. If I'm going to stick to the schedule, we're going to do it tomorrow. And then it'll be Sunday, Tuesday, Friday or something like that. I'll put it up. I'll put a picture up there. Until then, anyway, people, thank you for joining me. Have a blissful evening. Tomorrow, Sunday, have a nice Sunday. Get the barbecue out and join it with family or friends, or if you're antisocial, just enjoy it with yourself. I would love to have a Sunday all by myself, but the kids, they have a different mindset to me. But people, thank you. Morning. What a finish to a game. I didn't watch it. That's probably why. Christ most certainly is King. God bless you on that one. Yeah, I didn't watch it. What's going on? What's going on? Who is it? England, France, I'm guessing. England, France. Let's just. Whoa. You know that one game? You're like, do you know what? I probably should have watched it. 6-4. What the happened? All in 90 minutes. 10 goals. You would have got a killer over 8.5. 9.5 even. Whoa. Bellingham. Saka's got a hat-trick. Wow. 19 shots each. 11 shots on goal. Oi, I'm watching the highlights. I'm going back and I'm watching the highlights. Anyway, people, thank you. God bless you all, and I'll speak to you very, very soon.